Bulldogs journeyed all the way to Daytona Beach, Florida to welcome Bethune-Cookman University to the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Now they know why the Southwestern Athletic Conference is the most competitive conference in the football championship subdivision. Find out what happened next on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynard.
Welcome to the Alabama A&M Football Review. Highlights, features, and analysis with head coach Connell Maynard. Brought to you by University Kia, Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, and Protective Life.
Good evening and welcome to the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynard. The Bulldogs defeated Bethune-Cookman University 30-27 in Bethune's opening in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the most competitive conference in the football championship subdivision. Congratulations, Coach, on getting past rain, travel, and a Thursday night game.
Yeah, we had some uncertain circumstances there with the rain and the delay of the game, playing on Thursday night. So I like the way our guys fought, never gave up, handled the adversity. That's one of the things we talk about. Whether it's 100 degrees, 25 degrees, 60 degrees, raining, snowing, the team that go out there and going to have fun is the team that's going to win the football game, and I think that's what we was able to do.
Of course, the fun was delayed by the delay of the start of the game, Coach. Lightning affects a football game in what kind of way?
Well, you don't want to be out there. It's too dangerous. We can't take a chance on somebody getting struck by lightning. These lives are too important to lose one because of a football game. So if lightning is in the area, you got to delay the game. But that's the only thing. Rain, snow, heat, cold is not going to stop a game, only lightning.
Bethune-Cookman wishes they could have found a way to stop the Bulldogs. They did in the second half, Coach. When we get to the highlights, the theme for today's show should be special teams.
Yeah, special teams play a huge part when you got inclement weather and a downpour of rain. Special teams and field position is huge, and we was able to get good field position after the opening kickoff, which we wanted to win that toss and try to keep them pinned down.
And, of course, you get to see that. We look at the first half highlights. But the big news of today, happy birthday, Nicole. Coach, your daughter is 21 years old.
Yep, happy birthday, Cole. Love you.
And we will take a look at those first half highlights when we come back on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynard.
Don't get hit hard by low trade offers.
Get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade at University Kia. Check out our large selection of new Kias. University Kia proudly supports Alabama A&M University football. Go Bulldogs!
Bulldog fans, the Alabama A&M Athletics Department is calling on you to help our student athletes. The Bulldog Strong Fund focuses on our student athletes by encouraging competition. During this global pandemic, competitive excellence takes on a new definition for our Bulldogs. This fund enhances our efforts to ensure our athletic department can service each team to become a prominent national competitor in all aspects of NCAA Division I athletics. Donation to the Bulldog Strong Fund will be used to cover student athletic scholarships, supporting recruiting efforts, and creating additional health and wellness initiatives. We're under tough and challenging times, but with your support, the Bulldog Strong Fund will thrive. Donations of all sizes make a huge difference and are greatly appreciated. Visit amusports.com to learn more about the Bulldog Strong Fund and how you can donate now. Thank you in advance for your continued support of Alabama A&M athletics and our student athletes. Go Bulldogs!
In golf, if you make a mistake, there is a mulligan. Well, in God, if you make a mistake, there is mercy. Aren't you glad God has mercy for your mistakes? Hello, I am PT, Pastor Troy. I want to invite you to come and worship with us at the Fellowship of Faith, where Jesus is exalted and the Word is explained. We love Alabama A&M. Go Bulldogs!
Thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm your host, Ted Dixie. Coach, in the first half, Bulldogs scored 27 points. You got into the game early, quick, fast start. Defense played well. But what were your thoughts in all that rain with not a lot of people in the stadium, but still having to play a tough Bethune-Cookman college team?
I knew that they was going to be tough, and I didn't know how we was going to respond to the rain and how the game was going to play out. So I told our guys how important the special teams would be in field position. And so we wanted to win that toss, and we did. And we deferred and kicked and got them pinned down. And that kind of played a major part in that first quarter of us getting the advantage. We kept them pinned down and kept us with short fields, and we was able to take advantage of that. We played well, especially offensively, in the first half. We scored on 5 out of 6 possessions. The only possession we didn't score was a fumble by Coors right before halftime, which was big because that put them back in the game. And defensively played well. We gave up 13 points, but really only 6 or 7 because one was a kickoff return for a touchdown. So I thought the defense was playing very well. That turnover by Gary right before half kind of gave them some momentum, a sudden change, and they went down and scored, cut it to 6, but then we was able to come back and score again before half to push it back to 13-point lead at halftime or 14-point lead at halftime. And so I thought we was playing well in all phases except for special teams because of the long kickoff return. And so I thought we just needed to continue to do what we was doing. But for whatever reason, we didn't do that in the second half. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot and kind of just held on instead of finishing them off. And that's what we got to get that corrected. We got to have that killer instinct to put them away and don't let teams hang around, and which we didn't do Thursday night.
What makes a good special teams player, Coach?
I think it's just heart and effort. You know, you got to be able to run down full speed. That's effort. And then the heart just to run through somebody and make a tackle. And if you're on the other side of it, you got to have the heart that somebody's running down full speed at you to stick your nose in there and block that guy for your return guy. So it's a lot of heart and effort in the special teams, and that's what you got to have. So we got to work on that. We got to get that cleaned up.
When you hear a weather report, Coach, that tells you that it will be raining during a ball game, and that happens early in the week, do you change anything in your preparation during the week? Like, do you practice with wet footballs?
Yeah, well, you know, we knew it was going to be scattered thunderstorms. We didn't know it was going to be a downpour like it was. So anytime I hear scattered thunderstorms, I kind of think that they're going to miss us. It's going to be around us. You know, it might rain for a minute.
Hope for the best.
Right, it might rain for a second, then it's going to move because it's scattered. So it don't normally just downpour. And so you don't, but if you think you're going to get a downpour, you might want to practice with some wet balls or something of that nature, you know.
Now, with the gloves that student athletes wear and the new balls, when it gets wet, don't they get a little bit stickier?
No, they took the gloves off. Our guys took the gloves off. Man.
Okay.
It was worse, you know, with the
really?
Once they get wet, once the gloves get all the way wet, it's done deal. So my guys took them off. You know, we got to try to find some gloves that work in the rain. But hopefully we won't have to play in the rain again. But if we do, we're gonna go out and have fun and try to get another W.
And of course, Coach, you were speaking about Gary Quarles. Quarles had nearly 150 yards of total offense. He really makes that offense go, almost like Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, Quarles is an every down back, great back, tough, physical, smart, dependable, great blocker. I mean, he step up and smack a linebacker in the mouth in a heartbeat. I mean, even defensive ends. So as small as he is, he's very tough. We can throw him a swing. We can hand him the ball 30 times a game. And he never comes out. I think he might have missed 2 snaps in the whole game this past week. And he's very dependable. Like I say, every down back, and I'm glad he's on my team.
Abdul Fattah Ibrahim made a great catch that made ESPN's top 4. Coach, tell us about that play.
Yeah, it was a great catch. That's what he is, man. He's All-American. And so just get the ball around him in his vicinity, and he's going to make a play. And that's good for him and this university that we get some more ESPN exposure.
We'll hit the brakes for you folks and show you the second half highlights. The rain's still coming down. It lasted almost until the end of the ball game when it was close. Find out what happens next when you come back to the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, a church with a big heart of love. located at 315 Winchester Road in Huntsville, Alabama. Under the leadership of Dr. O. Wendell Davis. The worship services begin at 7:45 a.m. and 10:45 a.m. every Sunday. Now, we pray that you are blessed by our worship experience.
Bulldog fans, the Alabama A&M Athletics Department is calling on you to help our student athletes. The Bulldog Strong Fund focuses on our student athletes by encouraging competition. During this global pandemic, competitive excellence takes on a new definition for our Bulldogs. This fund enhances our efforts to ensure our athletic department can service each team to become a prominent national competitor in all aspects of NCAA Division I athletics. Donation to the Bulldog Strong Fund will be used to cover student athletic scholarships, supporting recruiting efforts, and creating additional health and wellness initiatives. We're under tough and challenging times, but with your support, the Bulldog Strong Fund will thrive. Donations of all sizes make a huge difference and are greatly appreciated. Visit amusports.com to learn more about the Bulldog Strong Fund and how you can donate now. Thank you in advance for your continued support of Alabama A&M athletics and our student athletes. Go Bulldogs! I'm Brian Hicks, Director of Athletics, Alabama A&M University.
I'm Connell Maynor, head football coach, Alabama A&M University.
Coach, are you ready for some football?
I was born ready. So, get your season tickets today.
Woo!
The Nature Boy.
Hello, I'm Pastor Troy. The game of football is a lot like the game of life. You have to tackle your problems and block your fears. I just want you to know there is victory in Jesus. I want to invite you to worship with us at one of our anointed services at our Huntsville campus or our Madison campus. At the Fellowship of Faith, Jesus is exalted and the word is explained. We love Alabama A&M. Go Bulldogs!
Thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm your host, Ted Dixie. Coach, let's go back to a couple of plays in the first half and then some in the second. You talked about earlier about how Abdul made that touchdown play. Describe that play for us. What was supposed to happen?
Well, yeah, that was a play that we like to run near the goal line. We run two guys up to the goal line, and if the backers and the safety take those guys, then we'll throw it behind them on a post route to Abdul. If those guys stay back, then we'll stick it on them for a touchdown. So they really in a no-win situation. We got a high-low on them, and they pick their poison. And it's the same thing we always do. We're going to take what the defense gives us. And so we try to put the defense in a difficult predicament, and we was able to do that. And then Abdul, of course, made the great play by keeping his feet in and catching the ball clean.
That was a leaning catch, folks. If you have not seen it, oh my goodness, it's one of the best ever that you will probably see this college football season. Now let's talk about another play. Xavier Moore is going in the end zone. We think it's going to be a touchdown pass from Aquill Glass, but the Bethune-Cookman University defender responded well to the play. What happened?
Yeah, we had a post route call on Zay, and he had a couple of steps on the guy, and Aquill just put a little bit too much air on it, and so if he throws him away from the guy to the front pylon, keeps the separation that he had, we got a touchdown. But he kind of threw it upfield just a little bit, and then that was able the DB to close on it and get a hand on it just barely. Either throw a little bit more on the line, not hanging as much, or throw him away to the front pylon. We got a touchdown right there. But that's part of the game. You know, Aquill got people coming in his face,
right?
And he's trying to make a throw and under pressure, and so he just floated just a little bit too much there.
Let's talk about the defense from this ball game, Coach. It was noted on social media, thank you, D.T. Green, that the defense only gave up 3 touchdown drives or 3 scoring drives.
Yeah, the defense played good. You know, we gave up a kick return for a touchdown. I think we turned one over, and they gave him a short field, and so I was pleased with the way the defense played. They played well, and then of course the last drive when they only needed a field goal to win the game, we was able to close it out with an interception. For actually the 3rd straight game that we've closed out the game with an interception.
Right.
In the championship against Pine Bluff, we intercepted the ball and then nailed it, and then week 1. Versus,
Troutman again.
Yeah, Troutman versus
South Carolina
State, and then Troutman again this week. So, you know, everybody talk about the defense. Guess what? Defense plays big when they have to.
Okay.
And they may bend, but not break. You know, and when we really needed them the most, they came through the last 3 times.
Good job by the defensive coordinator, Coach Eastman. Now, Coach, talk about special teams again. Those long runs, one of those long returns actually was held up. They didn't score, and that's mainly because your kicker did his job by slowing down the ball carrier so the rest of the defense could catch up.
Yeah, you know, we tell them, you know, kickers, you know, you're the last defense on those, and get them down by any means necessary, but try to contain them and slow them down, let the pursuit catch up. And that's what Spencer was able to do, and he let everybody catch up, and I think we stopped them from scoring on that drive. So that was a huge play by Spencer. Also, special teams-wise, Spencer would kick 3 field goals. And
in wet conditions.
And I mean, he just nailed all 3 of them, man. And so he did a great job. He was our special teams player of the week, and he helped us win that football game.
Troy Linvey got a punt off, Coach, but by all means should have been blocked.
Yeah, he bobbled it, you know, and once he bobbled it, that slowed down the operation and get him an opportunity. But he was able to still get the punt off, and that was the most important thing, because that was a huge possession, and if they could have blocked that and maybe scored, that game could have been different.
And it all starts with Abram Jones, the snapper, getting the ball back there. Thank you so much to your special teams coach for doing a good job, Richard Wilson. And of course, Coach, now you look forward to the next ball game. You didn't come out with many injuries, did you?
No, we didn't. We had a couple of linemen that got some nagging, got an ankle and slight hamstring. Those guys should be fine. We don't play for another 10 days. Hopefully we'll get both of those guys back. Other than that, it's just little football bumps and bruises that may keep you out a day or two.
When we come back on the Alabama A&M Football Review, we will talk about the Bulldogs' next opponent in the Gulf Coast Challenge, 4th year in a row for this new contest. Tuskegee University will be the opponent, and Coach will tell you about that next on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Brian Hicks, Director of Athletics, Alabama A&M University.
I'm Connell Maynor, Head Football Coach, Alabama A&M University.
Coach, are you ready for some football?
I was born ready. So, get your season tickets today.
Woo!
The Nature Boy.
Bulldog fans, the Alabama A&M Athletics Department is calling on you to help our student athletes. The Bulldog Strong Fund focuses on our student athletes by encouraging competition. During this global pandemic, competitive excellence takes on a new definition for our Bulldogs. This fund enhances our efforts to ensure our athletic department can service each team to become a prominent national competitor in all aspects of NCAA Division I athletics. Donation to the Bulldog Strong Fund will be used to cover student athletic scholarships, supporting recruiting efforts, and creating additional health and wellness initiatives. We're under tough and challenging times, but with your support, the Bulldog Strong Fund will thrive. Donations of all sizes make a huge difference and are greatly appreciated. Visit amusports.com to learn more about the Bulldog Strong Fund and how you can donate now. Thank you in advance for your continued support of Alabama A&M athletics and our student athletes. Go Bulldogs!
Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, a church with a big heart of love. Located at 315 Winchester Road in Huntsville, Alabama. Under the leadership of Dr. O. Wendell Davis. The worship services begin at 7:45 a.m. and 10:45 a.m. every Sunday. Now, we pray that you are blessed by our worship experience.
Don't get hit hard by low trade offers.
Get up to $5,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for any trade at University Kia. Check out our large selection of new Kias. University Kia proudly supports Alabama A&M University football. Go Bulldogs!
Again, thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. Time for the 2-minute drill. Coach, your next opponent is Tuskegee University in the Gulf Coast Challenge in Mobile, Alabama. Kickoff is scheduled for 4 o'clock p.m. We don't see any tropical storms in the forecast yet, Coach, but it could be raining.
I hope not. We had enough rain for one year,
right,
in the last game. It rained the whole football game. So hopefully we'll get some nice weather. We know Tuskegee and Coach Slater is a well-coached team and always play you tough. They play Alabama State tough every year. So we got to be prepared and ready to go for a tough game.
Coach, we've talked about the number of times that you've gone to play in this game in Mobile. The crowds have always been interesting, and that means they're big, folks. Coach, you're looking for a lot of folks in the stands. There's a large Bulldog contingent that lives in that area.
It is, and we got a large alumni in that area too. So we look forward to seeing all them at the game and all our fans, Bulldog Nation, show up, make some noise. It's a little 5-hour drive, so get in the cars, RVs, stay in the hotels. Come on out and support your Bulldogs. I'll be looking for you.
And of course, Coach, on Tuesday nights, if you want to hear the real uncut version of this show, tune in to 90.9 FM WJAB for Bulldog Talk with head coach Connell Maynor, 6 o'clock p.m. Michael Burns and I will ask you several questions through the week, but Coach, you call us something that I'll let you talk about.
You and Mike, y'all two of my favorites. Y'all two of the greats. And, everybody, y'all heard of Batman and Robin. That's kind of, they in that range, so I'm trying to think of somebody to call them. I'm going to probably go with Cagney and Lacey.
Again, thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review. Next game up, Tuskegee University down in Mobile, Alabama at the Gulf Coast Challenge. Kickoff is scheduled for 4 o'clock p.m. Tickets are still available. Go to aamutix.com or try Ticketmaster. Again, thank you for watching. I'm Ted Dix, your host. Join us next week and we'll be talking about another Bulldog victory on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Bulldog fans, thank you for joining us today for the Alabama A&M University Football Review. Bulldog faithful, we encourage your support and participation. Until next time, go Bulldogs!
Brian Hicks, Director of Athletics, Alabama A&M University.
I'm Connell Maynor, head football coach, Alabama A&M University.
Coach, are you ready for some football?
I was born ready. So, get your season tickets today.
Woo!
The Nature Boy.